Uncharted territory today then. It is the semi-final of the Champions League. We've got both legs against Manchester United. Nuhu is still injured. Piazza is now also injured. Help. Hello and welcome to part 190 of Backing the Boro. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have both legs of our Champions League semi-final match against Manchester United. Coming up first, the away leg, then the home leg. Since you were last with me, no one really cares, because we only care. We're playing the reserves in everything other than the Champions League now. The reserves struggled to get past Burnley, but have booked a spot against Blackburn in an FA Cup final. We then drew against Brighton and lost against Everton. Like I say, we don't really care. We're just trying to keep everybody fit and failing, but we're trying to keep everybody fit. We're going to finish third regardless of what happens. Who cares? We want to beat Manchester United today, and this is the team we're putting out there to do it. And I said there was a little white lie before the episode. Piazza, I mean, he was injured. There you go, there's your proof. He had a pulled groin. He's official. I mean, he's passed a fitness test. He's not got the little injury thing next to him. He's not fully fit though. Everyone else though, pretty close to full fitness, because they've not played very much football. Man United have already wrapped up the Premier League and they lost against Chelsea, so they're obviously up to the same nonsense. And my hope that we were going to edge it by being fitter than them, I guess, because they've put their reserves out against Chelsea. They're not going to be tired. They're going to destroy us. It's going to be horrible. But this is the team we're putting out there. And hopefully, in the return leg, we might be able to go back to a 4-3-1-2, because Nuhu getting ever closer to being fit again. 6 days left. The return leg is in 6 days. So Nuhu should be able to play a part in the second leg. But we've got Harry's in goal. A back four, Sretenovic, Ripert, Taraka and Coupler. Barbas, Centurion and Ruzic in midfield, with Ganley, Jones and Piazza as our front three. I've learnt nothing from the past, and we're going away to Manchester United, who have our number. They are better than us. They've beaten us every time we've played them for a long time. We're going to their place. We're playing 3 out-and-out strikers. We're going there to control the game. We are coming here to score goals. As we saw in yesterday's episode, there has been a time in the only time we've beaten them in the last 2 seasons, we beat them 5-0. When we catch them on a good day for us and a bad day for them, we can put a lot of goals past them. Every other time we play them, they beat us. So I think we are ahead on aggregate over the last 2 seasons, because they don't ever thump us, and we did thump them once. So I'll take that as a moral victory. We just need to be ahead against them on aggregate at the end of today. I was just about to start a sentence along the lines of, we want a repeat of the quarter-final against Arsenal here. Keep it tight. Stop them from scoring. Late winner. It would be the dream. But in actual fact, with 19 minutes on the clock, United have gone 1-0 up, and we just need to make sure that we don't get a repeat of what's happened to us in the past. It happened to us against Manchester City in last year's quarter-final. It happened to us against Spurs in the Europa League 4 or 5 seasons ago now, where we come to these away legs against the other good English teams in these European competitions, but we play it like a Premier League game and lose 5-0. We cannot do that for the 3rd time in a row. That being said, we are coming here and trying to play it like a Premier League game. We're not interested in defending or counter-attacking or men behind the ball or any of this nonsense. If we're going to win the Champions League, we're going to win it playing Kev football. And here's Piazza. Ganley's in the middle in acres of space, and Ganley scores. It's 1-1 and an incredibly valuable away goal. 35 minutes on the clock. It's Manchester United 1, Nuneaton 1. If this match ends like this, goodness me, have we got to feel confident going into the second leg. And that's terrible defending for Man United. They've left themselves 2-on-1 against 2 of the best young strikers in world football, and they've combined to grab us an incredibly important goal. Piazza has recently turned 21 and has graduated from wonder kid to elite striker, and according to his biography, one of world football's true global superstars. I'm not exaggerating when I say he's one of the best players in the world. Ganley's still very much a wonder kid at the moment, and we need him to combine again. We've had 1 shot in this entire match, 32% possession. Man United have taken us apart, but who cares, because it's 1-1, and that's all that matters at the moment. If we can come out of this with 32% possession, just the 1 shot, but a draw and an away goal, then we consider that a job well done and hope Nuhu wants to make himself a legend in the second leg. He's already a legend, and we're 2-1 down. 2-1 down. If we lose 2-1, it's not a disaster, because that's the sort of result we can turn around at our place. 3-1, and it starts to become a little bit of a worry, because Man United are a very, very good team this season, and will score goals against us, and will make it hard for us to score goals. We need another piece of terrible defending like we had in that first half. We need to get our 3 very, very, very good strikers into goal scoring opportunities, and that's what we've not done that in this match so far. So that's got to be the job now. Coupler plays it into Piazza. Piazza over the top to Jones. Jones straight at the keeper, and that's probably that's almost as good a chance as the one that Ganley had in the first half. We're actually being mugged at the moment. We're ahead for clear-cut chances, albeit the only chances we've created in the entire match. We've got to get the ball forward in this second half and actually create some chances, because if we create chances, we will score goals. They've lost a player there. He's just crumpled, got up, crumpled again. So that's their left-back gone. That's the guy marking Piazza. So fingers crossed he gets a little bit more space and time down that right-hand side. What a tackle from Coupler there, but United are in again, and it's a good save from Harries. And we've got to get control of possession in this game somehow. We need an extra man in midfield, but I can't bring myself to sacrifice a striker, and we don't have an attacking midfielder to come on anyway. We could potentially drop Piazza back in behind Ganley and Jones to try and get him more involved in the game, but do it, Kev. You can see that needs doing. Let's not waffle on talking about it. Let's make that change. We're completely untried with having Piazza play in this position, but he's not getting the ball at all. And if he's not getting the ball, it doesn't matter how much of an elite striker he is. He's not going to create chances. He's not going to score goals. So let's pull Piazza down a little bit deeper, get him involved in that midfield, because we're 3-1 down now, and this could be about to go really desperately badly wrong. If we can grab a second goal, 3-2 is fine. 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, the sort of things we could all see happening at this point. Not fine at all. And right, we need a big half hour from Piazza playing in that attacking midfield position in behind Ganley and Jones. Centurion's got an injury now. Piazza there with the free kick towards Taraka. Does it count? Did it count? We didn't get all the flashes on the screen. I thought it had been disallowed. It does count though. It's a free kick from Piazza. Taraka gets his head onto it. 3-2. It's back on, boys and girls. I was convinced that had been disallowed. Right, Centurion needs to come off. Wanda can come on. That's a substitution I don't mind being able to make. That's pretty awesome. Jones is going to come off for Alonso as well, and we're going to swap those two over. We want to get Alonso far forward just to do an Alonso and score an absolute wonder goal from nothing. Ganley can be the support striker of the two of them. Wanda's now injured. He's come on for a second and he's injured. We have got Esteban on the bench. Would I be mad to bring Esteban on for Wanda? And yeah, that would be mad. Don't do that, Kev. How bad is Wanda? Is he going to be able to play on? Knee injury. We don't want to make this substitution and then be down to 10 men. I'm going to do it anyway. And we're going to put Piazza back in the midfield, which I have done in the league quite regularly. And it gets Esteban in behind the front two. Piazza becomes even more involved, where he can hopefully use his quality. Like that pass there. I mean, there's quality for you. Wanda with a last-ditch tackle, breaking his knee even further. Barbas, that's terrible. Just terrible. We don't want to let them score again here. Come on. 4-2. So we've got 10 minutes. 4-3 is fine. 4-2, not so much. We've got 10 minutes to grab a third. We're leaving ourselves a lot to do in the second leg. But remember, it's a second leg that we should have Nuhu available for. So we've got to feel that that's a bit of a confidence booster going into that second leg. Taraka, forward to Esteban, plays it into Ganley, out to Coupler. We have space in the middle, but Coupler can't get the cross in, and United are just knocking it around their back four now, which they can do. They've got they've got the time and the goals advantage to just knock the ball around back there. They've had 20 shots in this first half. They are now ahead for clear-cut chances as well. They have took us apart. 35% possession. We've been awful today, and a fifth goal would be no less than they deserve, but Ryzen manages to get it clear. Is that a penalty? Everything stopped. Right, no penalty. That's fine. I've lost the ability to read during this match, I think. Oh, goodness me. We've got to grab a goal. We're not going to do it, though, are we? Last-ditch chance. Sretenovic towards Ganley. And we don't get to do our lap. Right. We've got to take the positives from the away goals. The away goals are going to have to be crucial. If we win 2-0, 2-0 at home, we're through to the final. It's not unheard of. Right then, boys and girls, this is the important screen going into the second leg. Nuhu has passed his fitness test only for 45 minutes, but he will play a part in this game. We drew against Leicester, by the way, for those of you taking notes. League form has been trash. Who cares if we win this game? Right, Tate comes into the midfield. He's fit to play 75 minutes, so we need to keep an eye on him. Other than that, I think this is the same 11 as in the first leg. It's very different to the 11 that played against Leicester. But we have got Seranek Nuhu down there on the bench to come on as and when we need him. So let's get into the game. Come on now. Oh, we need a big start. Do we need a big start? In fact, probably what we actually need is we need a quiet start. If 15-20 minutes in, it's still 0-0, that means Man United haven't scored in those first 15-20 minutes. And I think this might end up being more about how many we keep them to rather than how many we score. I don't think we're going to go out. What am I trying to say? I don't think we're going to lose 5-2 at home. I don't think. We just need, if we can stop them scoring, I think we'll score 2 goals. That's the sentence I'm trying to get out. But I'm terrified about what's happening here. I don't have the words, and they need to pack that nonsense in. They could fly in any direction. I mean, I don't mind them shooting high and wide, but I don't really feel comfortable with them shooting at all. And worryingly, the first 15 minutes seems to be a repeat of that first leg. Man United controlling possession. They've had more shots than us, but we have hit that 20-minute mark and it's still 0-0. So now's our time to get back into the game. And there's Piazza. Ball over the top to Jones. Ganley's in the middle. Piazza's trying to catch up. Who's that? Is that Barbas who's there with him? It is Barbas. Barbas out to Sretenovic, who's made up a huge amount of ground to cross towards Piazza, and it hits the post, and Barbas couldn't quite follow up. That would have been a massive, massive moment. I don't know how Sretenovic made up that much ground to get the cross in, but the cross was a beauty. And Tate with the corner. Ganley nods down to Caminero. We're going backwards, and I don't know why, but there's Caminero again, but it's straight at the Man United goalkeeper. And we're starting to create a few chances. We're still not seeing as much of the ball as I would like in a home leg. I'd be thinking, let's have 55% possession here. That'd be lovely. Sretenovic is in again. Ganley in behind. Jones and Piazza in the middle. There is Piazza! And that's 1-0 on the half-hour mark. Halfway there, boys and girls. We do that one more time and obviously stop them from scoring. We book a spot in the Champions League final. Ganley did brilliantly there. What a cross from Ganley. And Piazza and Jones were queuing up to nod that in. One defender between those two strikers. That's silly, Man United. You can do better than that. Don't do better than that, please. Let us do that to you again. We're still not really controlling the game, though. And that's what I want to see us do in this second half. Man United looks shattered. They've got a player down in the 50s for conditioning. It's all 60s. We should just be able to outrun them in this second half. When do we bring Nuhu on? We need a goal. We've got the man who performs on big occasions and gets us goals. I think the hour mark, Nuhu comes on. I don't want to bring him on at half time, even though he's got, in theory, 45 minutes in him. I don't want to bring him on at half time and have him shattered in the 85th minute. Equally, I don't want to bring him on at half time and then us end up in extra time somehow and have to take him off again. So I think 15 minutes into this half, especially if it's still 1-0. Obviously, if we're 3-0 up by then, perhaps we don't need to bring him on at all. We don't need to risk him. Save him for the final. Yikes. Right, Piazza, across to Barbas. We've got Ganley in a world of space, but instead Tate finds Sretenovic. Another beautiful cross, and there's Charlie Jones. 50 minutes in, it's 2-0 to us on the night, But crucially, we are ahead in the tie on away goals. Now, we have got a long way to go. There's still 40 minutes to go in this match. And keeping a clean sheet against Man United is no tall order. Is a tall order? It's hard. That's right. Language is not going to be my thing today. It's going to be emotion. Oh, sugar plums. Right. We continue. We still have Nuhu on the bench. The plan is still to bring him on. And if we score again, we're back ahead in the tie on away goals again. They've only got one. We've got two. But we do now need to score again. It's all setting the stage for Nuhu. It's all pre-planned and scripted. Nuhu comes on the hour mark, sticks a free kick into the top corner on the 85th minute, because that's what Nuhu does. There's Jones. Does brilliantly to create himself a chance out of that, because he had to properly battle to get that shot away, and we get the corner with Tate. Tate crosses across to Ripert. Piazza picks it up on the edge of the area. That terrible pass from Piazza. I don't even know what he was trying to do there, but the moment has arrived. I can't wait any longer. Nuhu's going to come on for Ganley. We're going to drop him in behind these two. And this is a front three that we know is, when the three of them play well together, that front three, better than any attack in the world. They've got half an hour to prove it. I don't care which one of them scores. Romance says Nuhu would be nice. I don't care. Give me an own goal. Just please let us get into the Champions League final. It would be lovely. What a way to end the series. A Champions League final. Coupler across to Taraka. We're going the wrong way. It's with Ripert. I don't want him anywhere near the ball in a game like this. Jones now plays it into Tate. We've got Piazza ahead of him. There is Piazza. Nuhu's lurking in the middle. It cross comes towards Charlie Jones, and Jones scores again. Forget Nuhu. This is the night. Charlie Jones reminds us all that he's the star of the show round here. He's our captain. He's our leader. And he's scored 2 goals against Manchester United in the Champions League semi-final. The team he was this close to joining a couple of pre-seasons ago, when we had to give him a massive contract and make him captain to convince him to stay. 25 minutes to not concede again. We are ahead on away goals again. I would love a 4th goal here. It would just be delicious. I'm terrified. Oh, Jones in behind again. We've got Piazza and Nuhu in the middle. Oh, Nuhu. He's not played for so long. He's not got his shooting boots on. Hopefully that was just his little sighter. Now he remembers where the goal is. Next time it goes in the top corner. Tate has to come off, because Tate was only able to play 75 minutes anyway. So normally I would take Caminera off there. You know how my substitutions work by now. Caminera can come off in a minute maybe. I don't know, is that a big change to make? We've still got Alonso on the bench. If United score, we might need Alonso. But Caminera's on a yellow card and he's tired. So Centurion coming on in the midfield probably makes more sense. And Alonso, hopefully we won't need him. Cross everything, everybody. Oh, a 4th goal would be magical. Coupler now in so much space. Plays it into Piazza. Piazza crosses to Jones. It's down to Nuhu. And how did he miss? This is Nuhu. Nuhu doesn't miss in games like this. He is teasing us. There's a goal coming from Nuhu. I can smell it. There's Nuhu. A penalty. In the 88th minute, Nuhu has won a penalty. He's going to take it himself. If he converts this, we're pretty much there. He hits the post. And Barbas straight back into the keeper. That was the follow-up from Barbas was worse than the penalty from Nuhu. I've never seen Enoch Nuhu miss a penalty before. Sretenovic has had a blinding game. Taraka now forward to Piazza. It's Jones. Here's Nuhu again. That time he does it. He was teasing us all along. That rascal. Oh my word. Sir Enoch Nuhu. Has there ever been a big game player than Sir Enoch Nuhu? Nuneaton 4, Manchester United 1 in the semi-final of the Champions League. A goal for United puts it to extra time, so we're still not quite there. But with 10 seconds to go, surely... Oh, there's Ripert. We had a semi-Ripert moment just to really trouble me with it. We've made it into the Champions League final. Oh my goodness me. How is my heart rate only 92 beats a minute? I think my Fitbit's broken. That can't be right. I feel like I'm bright red. I can feel my pulse in the side of my face. But we've made it through to the Champions League final. And I'm in love with Nuneaton. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for us. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.